You say to save 25% to recreate 100% of your income in retirement. But if you've been living off of 75%, if you're saving 25%, how much earlier can you retire if you plan to just have 75% of your income in retirement? So that was a lot of percentages. But what do you think? Can you kind of talk about this thought behind 25%?
What I love, Bo, is now Nick knows enough that he knows that we love 25%. Mm-hmm. But Nick kind of misused our words a little bit, is that we say that we tell you 25% so you can replace 100%. Here's what I would encourage you to do, and I always screw up the name of it, but I would encourage you to go to moneyguy.com/resources. What can 25% do for you? Because yes, without a doubt, Nick, if you're starting and you're saving and investing when you're in your 20s, it probably will replace 100%. Sure. But the reality is most people don't discover the wonderful world of finance until their 30s and even 40s. And that's okay, because we create content that hits you no matter where you are in this journey. But just know your replacement ratio likely could change depending upon what year you actually start saving and investing.
Yeah, when it comes to financial independence and being retired and living off your resources, your income really doesn't matter all that much. And hear me out on this. What really matters is your expenses. How much do you spend? So as you get closer and closer to retirement, what you're really trying to replace is your spending, not your income. Now, here's the problem, and here's why we always use percentages of income as our estimators. It's really, really difficult to estimate exactly what our expenses are going to be 15, 20, 30 years down the road. We have no idea. I mean, our kids might not be grown yet. We might not be in the part of the country we're going to live in. We don't know the things that we're going to do or how we're going to spend our time. So being able to granularly come up with, I'm going to spend this much when I get to retirement is pretty difficult when you're really young. But what you can say is, hey, I know that right now, based on the fact that I make 100% of my income and then I pay some portion of that to taxes and I give some portion of that away and I save some portion for the future, I know that realistically, based on the income that I have coming in right now, I spend 60% of my income. Okay, great. If I go download at moneyguy.com/resources, the how much can 25% do for you? I think I combined the two titles there.
You did.
It will show how much of your income you can replace. So, okay, I need to replace 60% or 80% or 113% or whatever that number may be. You can begin to dial that in until you get to the point, and this is what I think is awesome, you can actually do the Know Your Number course. You go out to learn.moneyguy.com, and you can actually begin to say, okay, instead of having this generalized idea of what amount of income I need to replace, realistically, what are my expenses going to be? And if I want to live that lifestyle at that level for that timeline, what's my number need to be? And then what are the steps that are required to get me from where I am today to there? So it's an evolution that takes place over time. In the early stages, in the early years, it might be shooting for, that's why we focus on savings rate and income replacement. But then as you get closer and closer to retirement, then it's about expense replacement and being able to actually live off the resources that you've saved.